Battlefield 2042 is set to release on October 22nd of this year. It is going to be released on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PC. This video has been separated into multiple different parts for your convenience. Battlefield 2042 is different from the ones before it in several ways. Some important to note are the periodic rocket launches, sandstorms, tornadoes, and other weather events that will randomly reap havoc on the battlefield. The maps will have destruction enabled, which means you can break structures you see on the map and it will stay like that for the rest of the game. This will help create a unique experience every time you play. In one scene during the trailer, it even shows a medic using his defibrillators to shock an enemy. A few of the game experiences include Battlefield Portal, All Out Warfare, and Battlefield Hazard Zone. Battlefield Portal. Change the rules of war and discover unexpected battles across the wide universe of Battlefield. Replay the reimagined classics Battlefield 1942, Battlefield Bad Company 2, and Battlefield 3, or deploy on these timeless maps with the modern arsenal and content of Battlefield 2042. All-Out Warfare. Conquest and Breakthrough make their return at a massive scale with support for 128 players. Battlefield Hazard Zone. Squad up and drop down into the Hazard Zone, an all-new, high-stakes multiplayer experience. Stay tuned for more information coming later this year. Specialists. There will be 10 specialists to choose from at launch. Each specialist has new, unique abilities, and all of them have the classic abilities. Additionally, according to EA, this is just the first part of 3 and many updates to come with new specialists, maps, and weapons. More on that later during the live service part of the video. Set in the near future, the world has changed. Both the United States and Russia are once again on the brink of war as nations struggle over resources. As entire countries collapse, people find themselves with no nation to call home. These nomads are known as the non-patriated, or NOPATs, a diverse group of people who have bound together in various clusters across the globe in order to survive the new turbulent world. In Battlefield 2042, you'll play as non-patriated soldiers with unique skills who've taken up arms to secure dwindling world resources such as food, water, and energy. They are known as specialists, tasked with trafficking intel and supplies and carrying out missions that serve NOPAT geopolitical interests. Each of these unique specialists have their own specialty and trait that you can use to give yourself the advantage in combat. Specialists also mark a change from the loadouts of previous Battlefield games. Every specialist now has a specialty and trait that ties directly into their class of either assault, engineer, recon, or support. These specialists and traits are unique to their respective specialist, which for your loadout means you can now fully customize it to your liking. Primary weapon. Equipment. Items anyone can use such as medical crate or supply crate. Secondary weapon. Throwable, such as frag or incendiary grenade. Class type will no longer restrict what weapons, equipment, or throwable you can equip, offering you more flexibility than ever before in the series when it comes to loadouts. You can also save these custom loadouts and select them for any specialist you'd like to play with. Similar to personalizing your loadout, you will also be able to customize the appearance of your specialist. You'll have the freedom to choose how you'd like to stand out on the battlefield. There will be plenty of customization options available to ensure your specialist doesn't look the same as other players, and you can expect more details on customization at a later time. With specialists, we're excited to offer our players more flexibility than ever before when it comes to customizing their loadouts and adapting to situations on the battlefield, says Daniel Berlin, design director on Battlefield 2042. As for now, we have information on 4 different specialists. Webster Mackay, class, assault, specialty, grappling hook, trait, nimble. Lone wolf survivalist Mackay is all about traversal. His grappling hook allows him to maneuver around the map more freely, while his specialist trait, nimble, prevents a movement penalty when aiming down sights or ziplining. Wycus Casper Van Dale, class, recon, specialty, OV-P recon drone. Trait, movement sensor, technologically savvy and a practitioner of the subterfuge. Wycus's abilities, specialty, and equipment make him a huge resource to any team. His OV-P recon drone can designate targets for lock-on weapons, spot nearby enemies, and detonate EMP blasts. Wycus trait movement sensor alerts him about approaching enemies, both when on the ground or piloting his recon drone. This makes him an absolute master of situational awareness. Mariah Falk, class, support, specialty, S21 Siret pistol, trait, combat surgeon. The true medic of the group. Mariah's Ps21 Searit pistol fires a syringe that can heal or revive friendlies at range and with increased speed or damage foes. Her combat surgeon traits set her apart from other specialists by allowing her to revive fallen allies back to full health. Poiter Boris Guskovsky, Class Engineer, Specialty SG-36 Sentry Gun, Trait Sentry Operator. A necessity for any squad, Piotr's engineering skill allows him to place a SG-36 Sentry Gun to defend locations, while his Sentry Operator trait makes his Sentry Gun even more efficient in combat when he's standing near it. Additionally, any enemy the Sentry Gun locks onto will be spotted for Piotr. But that's just a taste of Battlefield's 2042 roster of capable characters. We'll have more specialists to show you in the months to come. The maps of Battlefield 2042. Alongside the increase in players, the spaces of these sandboxes are also growing, allowing for more vehicles and battles to be spread out across the entire map. With unprecedented scale and choices in gameplay, each map is specifically designed to provide a unique experience that directly impacts strategy for you and your squad. Battlefields have multiple distinct combat areas housed in a single play space. And this extra space means more variety and more meaningful vehicle gameplay. In Breakaway, you'll be taking the fight to the ice with hovercrafts, helicopters, and more. The dynamic world. Battlefield has built its name on being a chaotic sandbox where you are encouraged to use the massive arsenal of weapons, vehicles, and abilities at your disposal on a battleground rife with the strategic opportunity and player freedom. Battlefield 2042 brings a host of new enhancements to the series. Tornadoes aren't just destructive forces of nature. Skilled specialists with wingsuits can ride the storm to desired locations. Massive events, such as tornadoes capable of whipping specialists across the map and exploding space rockets, will impact the map before you, altering safe spaces and forcing you to adapt to the ever-changing battlefield with your gadgets and even use such powerful forces of destruction to put pressure on the enemy. Weapons, gadgets, and vehicles. Weapons and attachments. To succeed on the battlefield, every specialist will need to utilize their entire arsenal, from powerful weapons to useful gadgets and a wide array of vehicles. Battlefield 2042 brings a new level of player agency to Battlefield, giving you access to the weapon modifications and tools you need at any given moment in a match. No matter where you're at in round, you can equip your weapons in real time with modifications that the situation calls for via the plus menu. You will be able to wield assault rifles, SMGs, LMGs, DMRs, shotguns, sniper rifles, pistols, and explosive ordnance. Weapons are no longer restricted by loadouts, with every specialist capable of wielding any weapon. Depending on the weapon used, you have up to 4 categories for customization. These categories include scopes and sights, muzzles and barrels, ammo types and magazines, and underbarrel attachments. Gadgets. While every specialist has their own unique specialty, like McKay and his trusty grappling hook, classic Battlefield items will be accessible to every specialist, including the C5 explosive, anti-tank mine, and frag grenade. But a Battlefield game wouldn't be complete without some new hardware. We'd like to introduce you to Ranger, an agile and mechanized companion that can be called in to faithfully follow you into combat. Vehicles. Vehicular gameplay remains an essential part of the Battlefield experience, and with Battlefield 2042 you will have access to vehicles such as jets, hovercrafts, tanks, troop carriers, armored cars, and the long-awaited return of helicopters. Also new to Battlefield 2042 is the Vehicle Call-In system, which allows you to airdrop vehicles to wherever you are on the map instead of spawning them in. This system will allow you more freedom than ever when it comes to navigating the battlefield's massive spaces and terrain in search of a tactical advantage. We're also going back to Battlefield's roots, where you once again can find vehicles on the battlefield instead of activating them from the deploy screen. Live service. We're taking a new approach to live service with not only a commitment to new content, but a goal of enhancing the Battlefield experience through seasons that will continue to build the world of Battlefield 2042. In Battlefield 2042, we'll continue our commitment to keep the community together during the live service, says Ryan MacArthur, senior producer on Battlefield 2042. In our first year, we plan to deliver 4 seasons, each evolving the sandbox. While delivering its own battle pass, specialist, and more great content that you've come to expect from a Battlefield game. We'll be evolving our world and expanding on the fiction through the seasons, each one lasting for about 3 months. Every season will come with a new free and paid-for battle pass, delivering new content to chase after. This also means everyone can progress towards earning all content that impacts direct gameplay such as specialists through natural play. That's great, as it means no pay to win. In our first year of live service, we will deliver 4 seasons, with 4 battle passes, 4 new specialists, along with more fresh content. We'll have more to share on the game's post-launch plans and our first season of content before it launches later this year.